Did Steve see you, Alec?
Yes, he did, actually.
Ah, well, he was just wondering if we could take back the pub.
You can both take my length.
Did you hear what that little bald shit said to me?
I did. Come and have some of Audrey's stash.
I'm not interested in your fucking licorice.
Mavis will be a touch late. I've just given her a thorough Johnsoning.
And another thing as well. I have to suffer this whilst I can't get so much as a fucking tug off Lynch. Well, you better give him some vitamin tablets or what have you, dirty bugger.
Well, I'm enjoying life, you see, and I'm sure Mavis will tell you the same.
Why don't you fuck off?
Oh, take no notice of the whinging old cunt. I swear, Derek, don't ever get rid of your hair if you can help it.
Not from my head, but my balls could do with a good old mowing. I've just purchased an electric razor for the procedure. I'm going to bestow the honour on lucky old Mavis later whilst I watch the golf.
Don't you think this is all about what you get out of it? Mavis isn't a strong woman, you know.
It'll take time, but when she receives me, she receives all of my new energy. Trust the process.
Fucking hell. Stop creeping around like the fucking omen and leave me alone.
Jason caused a lot of this, you know.
I don't want to know, and I don't care.
He wished things could be simpler.
And the multiverse is simple, is it?
You've gotten off lightly so far.
What, because I'm not 12 again?
No, because you're not Ken Barlow.
This is a fucking joke. How could he? I've gone through 3 decades already, the rodent-faced little turd.
Now, what's so bad about this era? You're young again, aren't you? I don't mind rising from me wreckage for a quick dabble in the local filth again, I don't mind telling you. I'd thank him, I would.
You don't understand, Len. To any bird that might now be up there I've conveniently missed out on, don't bother hanging about, because I'll have probably fucked off back to 2008 by the time you've peeled yourself off my sheets.
Martin, this is too weird.
Oh, don't you think I know that, Gail? I've been punching well above as a middle-aged man. Now I've gone back to being a kid with a pet hamster.
This is karma for it being your fault in the first place.
Oh, come off it, Gail.
We've got 3 kids in here too.
Sarah Shatterkeck.
Just fuck off. Why can't this David be the only one about?
Your mum doesn't want you coming back.
Makes a change. She worships me by my reckoning.
No.
I don't think that's true though, is it? I could spunk in her tea and she'd say it's saved on milk.
She's had several peaceful years without your fucking criminal activity and she prefers it, alright? So I'm asking you politely, stay in your echo and don't come back.
What are you talking about?
You're not real. None of this is.
Well, that's why I phoned.
I know. David Platt's broken the timeline so that we're all in different places.
Oh, fuck's sake.
Fuck knows what it's done to the universe, but that little prick did it out of spite, so we have to deal with it. And we've decided to ride it out and not make the same mistakes again.
And I'm one of the mistakes, am I?
Aye, you were that.
Shane didn't send you back further.
They're just echoes. We can't change history, so as long as we don't see you, we're grand.
Oh, I see. You two want to forget I exist.
Yes, actually, because you and Platt are a lot alike. An advert for contraception. Now stay here.
I'll do what I want. Like I always did, Dad.
You come near that street and so help me I'll leather you, lad.
You're not much different from me, you, except I'm not under the thumb. It's fucking rubbish, this, Mr. Sugden. I'm a proactive man, Mr. Watts, and if I see you maudlin and fucking whinging, I tend to react very badly to it, as Mrs. Bishop will tell you. I know, I'm sorry. I'm just a bit stuck. Well, why don't you go find that gangly blonde tart? I've got a showdown with that little elf that's harassing Mrs. Bishop, and I won't be pissing about. Solid advice. Thanks, Mr. Sugden. I'll bear it in mind.
Here, rub it into your gums. Yes, what can I get you?
About flaming time, love.
Look, what do you fucking want?
Pint.
Easy that, weren't it?
Yeah. Hey, hang on. Cheeky trollop.
I might be thick as shit, but I'm not getting upset at insults from a dull scrounger.
Who's that, then? I think she means you, mate.
I mean you. And if you keep on, I'll ring one of the many Weatherfield Town footballers a bang to come and give you a hiding. Do you get me?
I've forgotten your eggs. Sorry, Curly.
Of course you have.
Hello.
Yes, morning.
It's nice to see you, Alma, despite David being a cunt. This is about the only nice thing about all this nonsense. Honestly, I've got a baby version of him at home and I should have seen the signs, a little fucker. We all could, love. He shoved his rusk right up Sarah Lou's nostril. Hello, Steve.
I suppose you two were happy being a double act again.
Bacon's 40p if you want to be salty.
Well, it's more I went from being a new landlord, back to taxi driver, and now labourer, so I've got good reason.
Well, my heart bleeds.
See, I get why you'd feel like that due to being dead and resurrected as a greasy spoon skivvy.
Oh, cheeky bastard.
All right, Curly. No, shit. Seeing as we've got higher aspirations than frying black pudding and publicly discussing menopause, 'cause I swear if I step out of that door and I'm any younger or over 40, the spirit of me dad's gonna come right out. Oh, if your eggs don't arrive, try the mutton and lamb because that's already pre-made.
Right, that's it. Get the fuck out.
Oh, give over.
You have no right slagging me off when you've a mother who has a through draft 24/7. And I hope you are 45 when you leave, because all your life's misery will be back where it belongs. Now frig off!
Oi, you sorcering little wanker. 1 minute I'm a kid in the cafe and then I'm coming out the cabin old as fuck.
Will you get out my face before I bring Jez back to have another go? I'm doing this for a laugh, and if you don't like it, what you gonna do?
I'll rip you a new one. I had a life. I was a big deal and I had naught to do with you. You could have fucked about your family's life, Jason's life, but why everyone else's? Now change it back or things'll happen.
Oh, alright. And what things could you possibly do when I'm holding all of the cards, Steve?
Why do people you never talk to get dragged into your inferiority complex?
Yeah, well, tough.
Is it 'cause I was with Tracy and she used to call you a virgin?
Might be, yeah, pal. You dick about with me future wife's sister. You constantly punch well above, and if I had one of your layers, I'd be more grateful. Enjoy the mess.
You've not turned the pan on for Curly's eggs. Oh, who gives a fuck about him? I enjoyed that, though. Did you?
Hard as nails you are.
Can you do Curly next so we can get shut of him? It's more the principle of being called a slapper by Steve MacDonald. He was an absolute whore even before I popped off, and so was his belt-skirted mother. Honestly, I need a couple of drambuies if you're game.
I'm going to subtly insert some of my old household items into Emily's whilst that old squad is not looking. It's all very dear as per...
I had to forage my way to my own cock this morning. I don't need, okay, your pissy feud with another old git being projected onto me, okay, so fuck off.
Off your bloody rocker.
I will release the Alejandro.
It doesn't look like piles.
No.
It looks like you've been regularly sitting on bathtubs. You get that from your mother.
Well, I haven't, all right. I had piles when I were younger.
Well, if you know that, why are you asking me?
Hoping it might take your mind off things.
Well, as it happens, I've got a plan.
Oh, aye. What you gonna do then, eh?
I'll find Audrey, and if she wants a civil chat, she'll get nothing but. Now get burning some ham.
What do you want? Well, an offer over the threshold. I were driving my Cadillac around Chorley. Next minute, I'm in the office at Freshco's watching Snow White and the Seven Perverts. And? Well, I hear you're spitting your dummy out all over the street. Same reason. Oh, Norman, we're all struggling here, can't you see that? I don't give a shit about anyone else. I can assure you it's a lot worse for somebody like my good self. At least you can have another go at Miss Wolstenholme.
Not when I'm flitting between eras.
You're a young man, though, at any given point. Try being the joke I am, eh? When you've been turned down by Loose Littlewood, you've hit the arse end of the barrel.
Well, we could always team up.
I'm not a sharer, Norman. Oh, yes. I mean, we found that out. You already tried that, with Maureen, and I've still not rightfully twatted you for it.
Take a shot, then.
And to what end, I was tired of battling you the first time, Norman, and I'm already tired now. Now, if by team you mean getting pissed, I'm very much on board.
How can we finance that? I've quit my job.
Oh, me? Because, hey, there's the work safe. If these are echoes, I'll rob the place, eh? Why not? Fuck 'em all. Do you know I gave my life to retail nonsense and it's cost me the rock star lifestyle I wanted, and a sizable dose of poontang. You've done all right for yourself with Angie, Anne, Raquel and that Maxine. You're like a Steve McDonald with specs. Now, I want in on that. Now let's make the most of this sci-fi crap and get on with it. Because the longer I avoid the potential of Maud Grimes, the better this'll all be. Now come on. Why should I? See, that's the attitude we're all used to. That's why your women have to be confused or pissed. Put my confidence with your youth and we're Batman and Robin. I mean, you're obviously Robin, but right now I'm thinking to myself, now are you up for this or not? Yeah. Right, we'll go and have a shower and a shit, put on something proper with an open collar and burn that manky fucking jumper or we'll get nowhere with any bird. Now go on, get going.
What, we're going out now?
Yes, and I'll hear no more about it. And whilst you're tarting yourself up, I'll be on the phone to a friend of mine in Deansgate. Providing he's in my timescape, he should give us a free pass into the Labia Lounge. Will you show some fucking enthusiasm or do I have to put my boot up your crack? Yeah. Glad to hear it.
What do you want?
A Cornish pasty and a big fat cheese butty, please, Gail.
Roy's here now.
I've got eyes.
Yes, I've apparently not met Haley at this point, so I'm the latest victim to be demoted and therefore depressed.
Well, so am I now.
Yes.
Well, it's all your fault.
Yes, everyone seems to think that.
Roy's back to living near me now, aren't you?
Yes, I'm sad to say.
Oh, don't. I'm practically praying for Alma's lunch break to finish.
At least it's only half an hour.
I know. Feels longer.
What I need to do is research. That's what. Research on phenomena.
You'll not unravel our David, Roy.
I can at least try to find flaws in his powers.
Kill me.
Gladly.
I can conduct experiments and test them out.
Or maybe just don't bother.
Because if all this is all random, then it just needs some order. If that's possible, I could be the hero.
We're all rooting for you.
I can, can't I?
No, Roy.
So, I guess fuck it. Right waste of time, that. So I suppose you're here to put me straight, is that it? Well, I tell you now, I've got a revolver and I'm not afraid to use it, so think on.
Threaten me? You're no good for Emily.
Oh, well, I've heard what Mrs. 𝗘𝗀𝗀𝗀 has had to say about you, and by all accounts, you're a nose-poking fucking waste of space.
And by all accounts, you're a sour-faced old arsehole.
Well, one thing I do have over you, Sunshine, is I don't have the pleasure of having fucking hellits as a prefix to me name.
How dare you?
I'm only telling the truth. I kept this street honest, whereas you've pissed it off for years. That's right, isn't it?
It took Emily 3 weeks to get shut of all your paraphernalia and powdered egg tins.
I'm sure she's welcome to have it all back now she's shared her house with you. And she also had the privilege of a Sunday night spoon if I'd had a drop of Macallan.
You invaded her.
I'd be careful of words like that around me.
What is it, Fred?
I'd like to buy you a drink. I were pissed t'other day and out of order. Can we be civil? I say civil.
I can't stop looking rough.
We'll be proud of it and stop making it worse with all that war paint.
Well, it'll have to do. No Botox for a bit yet.
Hey, that is a shame.
Cheers.
Well, when you started looking better, I got a wee bit fond of jail, so I did.
I had a spliff this morning, so you can't bring me down. I'm light as a feather.
Until you get your tits done.
Well, I can't afford that while I'm stuck in limbo. I'll try and get me bar job back.
Ugh, and then what, eh? Hope the time shifts and you're a landlady, sure. Even then, what happens to me? I'm on borrowed time, so I am.
Look, let's just see, shall we? Steve's the one suffering. Now take that stupid tank top off or it'll be the fashion police that have you. You already show me up enough with that fucking moustache. They've both gone.
2 birds with 1 stone. You'll finally get some well-earned peace.
For now, maybe.
Have a blast with silicon dick and scream the house down like when Yanks were over.
That's never really been my style, I'm afraid. I'm going to take this time to find Ken since he's gone missing, the poor bastard.
Well, don't send him my way. He wastes me time. I'm enjoying sitting at home without those 2 dickheads.
Sally, in the last minute, I've jumped nearly 20 years.
Lucky you. I've still got angry Kev at home, haven't I?
Is the upstairs window locked? Oh, come on. Let's go in the back and clear the desk. I mean, this is better than this morning, I'll tell you.
Why's that?
I woke up with Gail. He's got 2 on the go at the moment.
Jason?
You what?
We were just talking about you dipping your cock about and well...
Martin's after a bit.
Yes, he's had a rough morning. Can you look after this place while Martin gives me a fuck on the office desk?
David's got me by the balls. I'm having to pay for mine.
Well, I'm very sorry.
And so you should. Right,
So can you be trusted here?
till I see Violet.
I'll clear the desk.
Oh, whilst I forget, get me a picture of Violet and Candice. First of all, I said one drink.
Oh, well, you know what I'm like.
Well, any road, I say, it's very disorientating, is not knowing where you are.
Well, I've experienced this most days, to be honest.
That as may be, but I don't do well with it.
Look, I'm a bit pissed, so... I should say something you'll not like.
Go on.
Well, maybe David doing this might teach you a bit of a lesson. 'Cause I didn't want you to marry Bev.
I know, you didn't. And it's not knowing where you are most of the time that's meant it weren't you. But see, Bev didn't either. But she were sober enough to say yes when I asked. She didn't disappear in a cloud of smoke or river of Lambrini and say nout. You gave me nout. So you're getting nout.
Look, I can't change all that now.
There's none of us can. Prophet's got us a good un and we've told on. Hope it passes. Hope he might just forgive you lot. So I can get back to being wed. And you can get back to the likes of Bill Webster and being suited with being a 420 spinster. It's what you're good at, Audrey.
Yeah, well, I can do hair too.
Now finish your drink and go back to Alf, because he's not worth wasting if it might disappear tomorrow.
Deirdre, have you seen Ken at all?
Oh, not since the other night in the pub.
Has he been transported?
I've heard he's in the 70s, Emily. God knows what's happening to him. Or who.
I'm sure he's fine.
I can't believe this is happening to me, you of all people.
Can you not?
Wretched old hag.
Now listen to me, Kenneth Barlow. Why this is all happening again, I don't wish to know. I do know I'd rather not be here myself. What makes you think I want to waste God's precious gifted time talking to a wet simpering ponce?
Here you go again. You can't help yourself.
It's you that can't help yourself. Or anyone. You had one chance with Valerie and you blew her the fuck up.
Incredible. That's right. Blame me for the gormless bitch.
I don't mind if I do.
Mrs. Sharples,
Look, don't start buttering me up. I'm not Deirdre's bottom, you know.
how dare you? You have no idea about me. You just make crass remarks because you know what it does to me. Personally, you want to talk blame, well, I blame you for years of inhuman anal issues. You take great pleasure in breaking my balls any chance you get.
So is it your balls or your arse?
One leads to the other, and further down the line, I've become the laughingstock of the street.
Oh, you were always on the way to that as soon as Jerry Booth popped off.
Yes, well, that's sadly another one of your opinions,
Oh,
isn't
get
it?
to fuck with your soft-scented twaddle.
Look, I didn't ask to be here. I was thrown into this bloody mess. I mean, if your God is out there, why'd he give him powers to David Platt?
I've no interest in some child of the future, only the fact I've lost me peace.
Well, I see that as some form of karma.
As do I when it comes to you. You threw your education in everyone's face and now you look like a clown. Then have the added bonus of taking credit. And by heck, I could dance on table knowing I've fucked you up. Since you got on the community team, I've resented you, and that silly cow Deirdre for marrying you. I took that to me grave.
Good!
But I'm back now. Kevin, the windowsill is dripping.
Oh, get off me case!
Is this the early days when you hadn't perfected it or summit? I wish I hadn't stayed late at work now. How many seconds does it take to adjust yourself before firing? Half turn here, half tilt there. You're perfectly happy to do all this again and all my hard work is undone.
Why were you late back from work anyway?
Overtime. Maybe I was getting skewered, who knows? You're too busy spraying.
Look, it's not my fault we're back to this. If you don't like it, see David.
And what? Take me back to before I met you, eh? In case it's escaped you, you were here first, then me. If I get a break from you, I go back to Arkwright Street and fuck that.
Oh, shut your nose, will you? Fucking earache.
Why are we watching this?
You're not. I am.
Look, Kevin, just try and not embarrass us in a different era again.
Is there a mattress back there?
No, and you'll do well to keep it in your trousers.
What kind of shop is this?
One that's clothing. Right, Rita, I'm off. Night.
Yeah, fuck off. Lay off the shagging.
Rita, there's a big pudding out here. Hello, stranger.
We'll be doing the Kama Sutra tonight. I don't blame you, Derek.
What brings you bounding in, then? I'm locking up.
Well, you can hang fire, if you will.
You want me in back room, don't you?
Yes, I do, as it happens.
Fred, for
You know, we might be in this era for a brief moment. A fleeting time. And see... I fucked Audrey off because she's not much more than a scrag end, and then I think, well, I see you, and I think, why be chasing bits of rind when I can sink myself into a prime cut of best fillet like Yon Sullivan for time I'm good for it?
Very charming.
I'm hard as toffee, Rita. Well, you can see. And it's all for you.
Well, I'm flattered if nowt else.
Then get 'em off.
You're not seriously suggesting a fuck now.
I know I'm being a bit forward, but I'm practically feral.
Well, I can see that.
Good, so drop your keks and let's have a right good 'un before we get catapulted again.
You propose, usually when that happens.
Well, I'm done getting wed. I've a wife when I go back, so that's all done with. Bev's somewhere in the universe. Probably shit-faced and kneeling in front of that boys' home fella, so I've every right to get myself summat.
Not with me, though, Fred. Not tonight, any road.
Fucking hell. Same old shit. Well, I'll not say I'm surprised.
It's not the first time. See, I'm a catch, me.
I'm fully aware I need to make more effort, but I've not the fucking time for it now.
We'll see in a day. There's hope.
Well, if I stay where I am, I'll be back. I say I'll be back here. And by God, you'll know it. No bother now. I've done it in my pants.
Look, it's not too much to ask for you to dress up as Cleopatra for me tonight. We're closed and I'm on a promise. Oh, it's you.
Yeah, it is. Listen, I need a word, Mike, about some work.
I'm trying to get Elmer in her Egyptian gear, but evidently Sid James deserves it more than I do. What work are we talking?
I want a complicated car to work on so I can stay occupied.
And you want one of my worldly motors, is that it?
I do.
No chance.
Mike, if I don't get harder work, I'll get harder, do you get me? If I've got a big job on, I won't window wank. Fetch us your work and I'll strip it down during the day.
Show some community spirit. I'm
Oh,
not a charity case. Just 'cause you've got a filthy habit, it's not my problem, son.
You only drive it once a week, and then it's only to impress the factory girls, and you've never buffed one of them. Don't be a prick. Break and have it to save mine.
I'd be worrying about Martin. He's sniffing around Sally. Blimey, talk about an hardware shop. Oh, stop stirring shit. You're a grown man. You have no place to talk until you get in that outfit.
Right.
I've been out with Reg today.
Oh? When?
Few hours in Manchester.
Oh, when you're back here? Is he trying to turn you into a rogue or something?
I left him with a dodgy old stripper. Told him it wasn't my scene and he flipped me off and said I'll never learn. I mean, who's he to say that to me, eh? He's only bothered about himself.
Look, Curly, he's older and wants a bit.
True, he is the same.
Oh, no, I've had a bit. Oh, we thought Percy had done you in.
I had a tenner on Norris, so pay up you. You'll get nutted, lady. I don't pay up until I'm convinced, me. Here, have you seen our Jack at all today? No, I've been fending off that old git. I see you've got your headscarf on to create your youth. You what? Well, we've not been blessed with a long travel back. You're trying to look young by wearing that. You cheeky little fuck. Yes, I'm told that quite often.
We all look like shit.
Hey, speak for yourself. I'm timeless. This one's not.
Well, maybe I am, but I'm more worried about Aunt Terry.
Don't you be threatening that.
Hey, now this is bad enough. You hear? We out the return of that slimy twat, and we'll all blame you.
Well, I think that's me done for tonight. I'm bloody shagged out.
Oh, you are you? Well, that's nice. So you go off to your vestry and I sit here crippled with wind all night at the very start of my miserable cycle. All because you couldn't keep your acid venom in your fat mouth.
You're a stupendously boring man, Kenneth.
Oh,
Oh, give over.
what do you expect? This is your fault.
I don't know. I've never known a more contemptuous, soft-ass, mincing bollockhead. Never in a month of Sabbaths.
Fuck off!
I used to say to your Valerie that them two kiddies had turned out to be car crashes.
What an appalling choice of words. You may be unbreakable, Mrs. Sharples, but I'll give it a damn good go. I wish they'd locked you in that bastard snug.
Oh, I wish. Milk stout all day. Too far away to listen to you talking to any bishop about fucking politics. That's the heaven I was in, lad.
Well, sod off back to it, won't you?
That'd be nice. But this is a laugh. I heard you played third wheel to Michael Baldwin.
I wasn't third wheel, I was her husband. First wheel.
But very inadequate. I reckon Albert could have had a go. Don't blame me for your failings. Accept that you know better than this street.
I am better than this street, and I'll be fucked if I'm as low class as you!
And there it is, Kenneth.
Sorry, we thought nobody was in. Yeah, we just need an hour.
We can find somewhere else, though.
Indecency. Debauchery. That's what this place is founded on. Obscene living. But no, none for David.
You're a deluded adolescent who needs a boot in the
Then
teeth.
again, he's a horrible twat himself.
Or jump back in the fucking canal.
Toxic little maggot.
I'm not interested in your micro-cop.
Oh, who gives a shit where he is? Good riddance.
Well, he's not been back in a day or two. Probably living in a doorway somewhere.
Oh, Gail. Can only hope, can't we?
But he is a rodent twat.
The local virgin. It's never going back to normal. So fuck the lot of you. Ever. 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 Ever.
Well, for once I've naught to say. Yes. I rather think it's better for everyone if you're silent, dear. I was quite happy being in charge again. It's bad enough I'm lumbering with Alec without having me chuff kicked every week by you, Mrs. Walker. I was only ever firm with you. If I so much as showed an ankle you were ringing last orders. Sorry, but this is my time. I didn't ask for it. But I sure as shit wouldn't have asked for you. I respect you. Be grateful for that. Have a drink, Bet. Getting me pistol do out for you. Didn't work for fellas and it won't here. Now how about you go back to Derbyshire and I'll keep these locals sweet and continue your success, eh? How about you bow down to me and stop being a fucking bitch? That all right?
You fucking...
You heard me, dear. Now go away because your face is souring my lager. Excuse me.